Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
Batman. My favorite character.
Alright, kids. Welcome back to another episode of Ray's favorite show. We are the Knights. the Batman Podcast. I am Phil, and that mysterious figure murdering people every night. Risen from the Lazarus pit. It is.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a little hellfire. This is the Jason Todd version that I can get behind under and over.
Hey-oh! She rose from the Lazarus pit. If the Lazarus pit was filled with brown liquor.
Tequila, baby. Tequila and white rum. Silver tequila and white rum. That is the elixir of the giver of life.
Oh my. Alright, kids, so yes, as we said last time, and you can tell from that another ham-fisted intro, yes, this time we're doing another animated movie review, this time Batman Under the Red Hood.
Giving it the love it deserves.
Mm-hmm. I think this is the last time I felt like excited for like an animated Batman something. Like really excited.
We were totally stoked for Batman Death in the Family, and then it turned out to be
Choose Your Own Adventure.
Yeah. I think that's truly the last time that I was actually hyped. I didn't know what they were going to do with this movie. I was nervous about this movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this one, it was written by Judd Winnick, who also wrote this story it's based on, the comic it's based on, so.
Still, Judd Winnick is hit or miss.
Yeah.
Everybody has an off time sometime, and just when I started reading him, he was kind of in his off-kilter era just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Also, how they bring Jason back, at the time that they bring Jason back, it's not the best time for me.
In the comics?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, you know what? Me and Will, we're at the era now where we're getting hit by Superboy Prime every so often, so we're just
maybe everybody will respect my hate for that.
Oh yeah, we're none too pleased with Superboy Prime. It's just in the Green Lantern stuff. We're like, oh
yeah. Okay, so I guess we'll talk about the comic book run first. Actually, it's called Batman Under the Hood, right? But, some people just call it Under the Red Hood because of this. It was going through the Batman Monthly title from, February to August 2005. It took a brief break and then ended, started back up in, November 2005 and officially ended April 2006. It's part of, if you couldn't guess, Infinite Crisis. But what's fun is because he took that little line in Hush and he just ran with it. And that's how he kind of came up with this. And I think that's really cool that, he saw an opening and he took it. He's like, you know what? I'm going to do something with this.
Well, I think they were testing the waters even then, because even during Hush, it looked like Jason was back, but it turned out to be Clayface. So, but I think they saw the hype and they're just like,
Yeah.
And again,
I don't think if it was anybody else at the time that could have really actually pulled that off, though.
Yeah.
That's my whole point.
But again, too,
because nobody really cared about Jason. Let's be real.
Yeah, but again, too, we always talk about the Marvel and DC stealing off getting ideas from each other. This was the era when they were bringing Bucky back.
Yeah, you're welcome, Bucky fans.
So that this was the era of resurrecting dead sidekicks. So
yeah. And it was if I was murdered that brutally, I would be a brutal, violent anti-hero. And then, also, most people actually that I talk to, they haven't read Red Hood: The Lost Years. I think that's a really good book that if you're a Jason fan, especially.
Yes. Because
it kind of gives Jason's return and the training and all that, and I thought that was really cool. So yeah. But isn't it? Yeah, it's it was Jason. It's not in its grave. It's Gotham. It happens. necrophilia and all that.
I know. I mean, just between, desecrating the grave and that pissed Batman off just because he thinks he has the world's best security system, probably. And it's just like, wait a minute.
Yeah. And I like the use of Black Mask too.
Oh,
I feel like that's although recently he has kind of had a resurgence, and I think to good effect. I think in Birds of Prey he was played pretty decently. It was Birds of Prey.
Yeah,
the movie.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, you wasted it on that.
Ewan McGregor, yeah.
Yep, Space Jesus himself. But so yeah, let's get into the movie. It came out in 2010. It was direct to video. It's like the 8th movie in the DC animated original movies. Judd Winnick, who wrote the comics, as you mentioned, wrote this as well.
Mm-hmm.
It got a lot of. I remember this was so hype. I think it ended up making like $12 million in home video sales. And you have to have the 2-disc special edition Blu-ray because it has Jonah Hex on it. How is a short better than a full-length movie? I'll never know, but it's one of my favorite things. You
also DVD that has the Jonah Hex. So.
Oh, does it?
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's good to know, because you know how sometimes they are with Blu-ray. If Blu-ray has a DVD, don't have it. But I guess this is still kind of the early days.
I think this was right before. DVD. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. That Death in the Family was released on October 13th in 2020.
Oh, Lord.
It's like almost like it's like 10 years after that. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on.
I know.
My least favorite thing about this are the promotional images for the movie. Like, if you just like Google it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, that's what made me nervous. Like, when I started seeing like the covers and stuff, I'm like, but the animation ended up being way better than I thought.
Yes.
It's very smooth. It's very it's a little graphic. I was kind of surprised, I guess.
What, you mean like the blood and stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a ton of it, but yeah, I mean, there is. You do get a little bit of blood.
It was like because this is produced by Bruce Timm. I was kind of surprised that it was Bruce Greenwood. Yeah,
that's the thing that had me nervous when it came out. I was like, okay, it's not Conroy, it's not Mark Hamill, so yeah,
that's what. And then also like. Anybody who knows me knows. I am not a Dean girl. I am not a Jensen Ackles girl. I'm a Jared Padalecki and I'm a Sam girl. I don't like Jensen Ackles because he was originally going to be, if you don't know this, if you've never heard Tom Welling tell the story, originally going to be Clark Kent.
Oh, jeez.
And then he ends up becoming that character, the older character that's preying on a high school girl. Like, I can't get that image out of my head. I'm sorry. Like, that's how I met Jensen Ackles, so that's how I know Jensen Ackles. And, like, even in Supernatural, just in the back of my head all the time, that's just, ooh. Mm-mm. I just can't help it. That's just, like, it's like a whole thing. Like, he kind of really ruined that whole season of Smallville for me, his character did, so. Mm-hmm. And ironically, that character's name was Jason as well. With a sketchy mother. Like, I'm just saying. He might be slightly character typed. I don't know.
Oh, man.
But no, he did a great job in this. Don't get me wrong. But, yeah, that's why I was also a little apprehensive. Like, I've long since let go of that Jensen Ackles beef. But, like, at the time, I was just like, Jensen Ackles, really? And now everybody wants him to be like Batman. And I'm just like, no.
I was gonna say, did he do a voice of Batman later on? Oh wait,
yeah, I feel like he did.
Oh, was it Long Halloween?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
that was him.
Yeah.
And so it was like, he went. Yeah, because that was he went from Jason Todd to Batman. That's about right. But they also have the fabulous John DiMaggio. They have Neil Patrick Harris, Jason Isaacs, Wade Williams. Like this voice cast. Like, listen, I love me some Bruce Greenwood. Like, if you want a president in a movie and Harrison Ford is not available, you gotta get Bruce Greenwood.
Oh yeah, and
so, I mean, it was just like, yeah, it just felt weird that it was like a Tim production, and we didn't have our guys, but like, I still feel like this is very serviceable.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Also, like Amazo, like we'll get there, but it's just really funny.
I mean, he was in the comics, so
I know, but I was like, if they're gonna change one thing, there's no freaking way they're putting in Amazo. Same thing I said about Arrow. I'm like, although it was just a ship and not the actual robot, but still, it's like because Amazo's a little corny,
Although, was there some reason why in the movie it seems like they downplayed that he has the powers of the Justice League?
Of course, because we didn't want to bring in the.
I know, but I'm just saying, why can't you just mention, like, oh, he has...
You don't want to leave that Easter egg and then not for it to pay off, I think is what they felt like. Unfortunately.
Maybe.
But also, like I said, he's like a D-list. He's D-list. Let's be real.
That's true. Although I do love, putting the C4 over his eyes and stuff, and just.
Oh yeah. And I like the evolution of the voice acting for Jason Todd, like to have the kid or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, I like that. It's sweet. But so let's just like jump into the plot, because the movie starts off with Ra's al Ghul going, "This is why we never work with the Joker."
You know what? That's the thing that bothered me, I think, most about this movie. I'm like, especially like comic book Ra's, it's like he wouldn't deal with the Joker. I mean, the Joker's too chaotic.
Bruce Timm's Ra's al Ghul wouldn't do that.
No. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. He's too methodical and planned out. I'm like, he would not do business with this Captain Chaos.
He was desperate. We'll just leave it at
guess.
that. He was desperate. A distraction's a distraction.
I guess.
He's got some European financial districts to destroy.
Oh, yeah.
He's like...
Oh, yes, because he was trying to upset all the banks in Europe, yes.
Not hard to do if you know, you know.
Oh, burn. Well, anymore, Anna.
Yeah, he's like, he messed with the sidekick. Let's get out of here.
I think
pull up stakes. We gotta go.
I think these days most of the world will be like, oh, I'm going to destabilize all the banks. They're like, yes, please, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on somebody to take a giant magnet to the financial records.
Seriously.
If a hacker wants to be a real hero, they would destroy all the debt. Just saying.
Can you imagine? Oh my lord.
Just saying. That's the dream.
Yes.
No, somewhere. Yes, it is the dream.
Yes. But
yeah, it's just really funny because they flash over to Sarajevo, which is in Bosnia, and he's just like going in, torturing Jason in that abandoned warehouse with the infamous crowbar.
Yeah.
Which, if you're a Young Justice fan, and you see it in the trophy case.
Oh yeah.
It gets me every time.
But yeah, no matter what version of the story, you always gotta have the crowbar.
It's a universal constant.
That's right.
And then he's locked in the warehouse with the bomb, and it explodes before Batman can arrive. And you're just like, okay, this was bleak. This is a bleak opener, bro. Because then he cuts to 5 years later. They just leave you sitting with that. You're like, wait, what?
Well, I was going to say, I mean, I guess we didn't want to get too bloody with this movie, but I mean, that corpse looked in pretty good condition considering it was just in an explosion.
Joker wasn't at his full that day.
Wow.
He might have had some expired dynamite. I don't know.
Maybe. I was going to say, if anything, you didn't want to show that, just cut away or something,
It's the DC universe. Corpses have a way of looking pretty good.
Well, and again, too, I mean, they wanted that shot of him, picking up Jason's body and holding his body. Yeah.
If we were going to have one thing that is directly from the comics, we were going to have that shot.
No.
For sure. And I think that's something that I like. Like, there's a way to do adaptation correctly, and I think this is one of the good examples. And then there's ways to not do adaptations correctly. But like, because it's Bruce Timm and he's involved, I feel like, yeah, that's why it's so good.
Yeah,
and that's why a couple of the other adaptations have kind of not been the best. Looking at You, Death in the Family, and that's by Bruce Timm. So like, that was just shocking that he forced his little Batgirl Batman kink on us. Like,
Killing Joke, yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, this is definitely like one of the best adaptations of a DC comic book story for sure.
Oh yeah, and then like you said, 5 years later, and Red Hood's running around. And
this, you can't tell me this isn't where Nolan got that inspiration for the Joker. That scene with the mobsters. I'm just saying.
Oh, I mean that from the comics and from the movie, that moment still lives in my head where Jason's telling all the mobsters are working for him. He just throws the duffel bag down with all the heads of their lieutenants. He's like, "That took me 2 hours. You want to see what I could do in a whole night?"
Yes.
He's like,
40%'s not bad. It could be no percent. I'm just saying.
I know. I don't think the guy's like, something about, you're suicidal. He's like, yeah, you're the guy yelling at
you don't know the half of it.
Well, no, he's like, you're the one yelling at the guy with the AK-47.
Yeah.
But yeah, I that is a good. I love that. It's good. That's a good scene.
And I love the art for Black Mask in this one. Like, he actually looks like creepy, menacing, threatening. Like, whereas I feel like a lot of the other adaptations are not.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's supposed to be a mask, but it almost looks like what Marvel did with the Red Skull, like in the 90s. It actually, like, almost looks like it, like something took the skin off his face, and he's just a skull. Yeah.
Yeah. It's giving a little bit Ghost Rider, but without the flames, which I love. I 10 out of 10, no notes.
Exactly. So Jason says, don't you do what you want, but no selling the drugs to children, or I will kill you.
I mean, that's a fair enough deal.
Yeah.
Under death of punishment. Yeah.
I mean, kids don't have money anyway. Come on.
Well, they go in their mom's purse.
That's true.
Bad kids do. I would never. I still won't go in my grandma's purse, even if she tells me it's okay. If you know, you know. I don't care how bad I want those strawberry bonbon candies. I'll wait.
I was gonna say, you know what? Those Werther's original.
After church candies, I'm just saying. Or if you're desperate, really desperate, you get you some Halls or some Robitussin and drops. Real church kids can relate. With
the bottom of the purse fuzz still on it.
Oh yeah, it's been in there so long you gotta peel it off.
Candy's older than you are.
Exactly. So then we cut to Batman, who's trying to stop that shipment to Black Mask, and that's when they run into Amazo, and it's like, oh, you're trying to steal an android. Relatable. Relatable content for me.
They were trying to buy one.
I'm making one, but that's nobody's business.
Adaptive.
So he destroys Amazo, quote unquote. And Nightwing's here, and I'm just like, okay.
I mean, I love Nightwing.
He's supposed to still be mad at him, but okay.
I love the. What's so weird, because it's like, I guess we're bringing in Nightwing because it's like, in this movie, Bruce still hasn't gotten a Robin after Jason's death. There's no Tim or anything. Yeah, no.
Yeah, they didn't want that can of worms. We got to deal with one can of worms at a time.
Exactly. But I love it a lot. You know, I always love a Nightwing appearance, but it's like the two thugs.
It's jarring. You're just like, wait a minute. You're not supposed. What are you doing here, Dan?
I'm down for it, but it's just the exposition from the thugs. Who's that? Oh, that's Nightwing. That was the first Robin. Now I'm like, okay, that's a little much.
How do you know that? If you don't know that, how do you know that?
I know, and I'm just like, boy, there's some cramming some exposition for someone who does. If this is someone's first Batman story, okay.
Plot twist: this was nobody's first Batman movie, and it never will be.
Or unless it was just someone who came from the movies and had never read a comic. I don't know.
Yeah, but I was just like, what are you doing? I mean, like I said, I was like Nightwing, but my favorite thing is he discovers that these are working for Red Hood, and he chases Red Hood to Ace Chemicals. It always comes back to Ace Chemicals no matter what, which is a nice nod to the other, like, legend of Red Hood, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah, I mean, like they say in this movie, yeah. A couple different criminals took the identity of the Red Hood, but yes, the most famous one fell in and left some Joker playing cards floating on the surface there.
Yeah, which reminds me of how they basically did the Red Hood for the TV show Gotham. I really like that one too.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was smart and funny how they did that.
I mean, they kind of did that in the first Burton Batman movie too, except he just wasn't wearing the Red Hood mask.
Yeah, but like I said, all trails always lead back to Ace Chemicals, and the fact that shit in the freaking DC universe would solve so many problems. That and Batman and Bruce Wayne actually being a philanthropist billionaire, like. But if Warren Buffett ain't gonna do it, Bruce Wayne damn sure ain't gonna do it. So fair is fair.
Yeah.
Your weekly reminder to eat the rich.
Exactly.
More so now than ever. Yeah. And then it's like another explosion within 5 minutes.
Lots of explosions here.
Yeah, then they go to interrogate the Joker at Arkham Asylum, and he's like, "I'm not the Red Hood."
I love how he's just like, don't you think if I was behind this, I'd be bragging about it?
Exactly. One thing about Joker, he can't keep his mouth shut for real.
No. He's like, when I did it, I had class. I wore a tuxedo.
We cut gets a black mask, mad as hell. It's like, yeah, you just destroyed probably like $1 trillion freaking android. He's pissed. He's like, I'm gonna put a hit on Red Hood.
He's like punching out his own guys.
He was just so angry.
But not
so incompetent. It was giving Three Stooges in the best way.
But not the woman, just the men.
Oh, he's not an equal opportunist like Batman. Batman will beat the hell out of a woman.
Batman will kill an orphan. He don't care if it's male or female.
Exactly. Carrie Kelly's like, I can attest to that. Stephanie Brown's like, yep. God, why is the Bat family so damn big?
Because someone's so popular. Someone's so damn popular. Anything...
Supposed to be a loner.
I know. All the fanboys love Batman, so they try to tie as much as they can to Batman, you know?
Batman, my favorite character.
It's the Batman show, you know it's coming, right?
Go ahead, throw it in.
Oh, the train station scene I really like.
Oh, that's yeah. When
it's really cool.
When they try to get him with the rope and he cuts it and stuff, and then after.
But Nightwing gets injured, and I'm like, damn, this guy's good.
I know. Well, they say he's trained, he's good, and then of course Batman.
He's like, wait a minute, he knows your tactics and your gear. What's going on here?
Well, yeah, and then Batman, of course, was recording the whole time when he hears the Red Hood say, Bruce calls him Bruce. He's like, oh, he knows who he is too.
He's like, wait a minute, I've seen that maneuver before. That's Jason. And he's like, he did grow more violent and bloodthirsty as he aged.
Wait a minute.
To be fair, he did kill that guy. We all know he killed that guy right before he died.
Oh, in the comics? Yeah.
Which we covered not too long ago.
They think they're drug lord rapist. Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what happened. Whoopsie.
Scroll down, scroll up, kids. Yeah. I mean, they were showing this movie as he was getting, as Robin, he was getting violent. He broke a guy's collarbone and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's Gotham. It's a dog-eat world out there. And Batman's just unrealistic. I'm sorry.
Batman just wanted to... Batman is
out of touch. He's an old man and he is out of touch. Well, there, I said it.
He's getting sick of getting accused of beating on the poor, so...
Just get some therapy, Bruce. But anyway, then the fearsome hand of four are like trying to draw the Red Hood out, and then that's a really cool scene too.
Yes,
because he kills the fourth guy. Batman's like, "What the hell?"
I know. Yeah.
And he's like, "Bro, I'm doing what you're too chicken shit to do. I'm killing criminals."
It is funny though when Batman's fighting the one guy, and Jason's like, he's like, "Damn, I forgot how great it was to watch you work."
That was a little homoerotic, but it's fine.
Yeah, I know.
No kink shaming.
Well, no, I think it's appreciation of it's like, damn, if you had just killed, you know how, what a master assassin you'd be.
Yeah, true. I mean, even Ra's al Ghul knows that.
Oh, I know. I mean, Ra's al Ghul's offered him the keys to the kingdom, but when
and keys to his daughter's France.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, keys to the kingdom. I mean,
superior puss.
Oh, that is funny in the flashback scene when they show them putting Jason in the pit. Talia doesn't say a word in this movie. That's the only scene she says.
That's too much baggage. We can't. We don't have time for that, Phil. Just shut up and look pretty. That's it.
I mean, think about it. This movie is quite the sausage fest, except for Black Mask's assistant and like one scene of Talia where she doesn't even speak. The rest of it's a sausage fest.
It was 2010. That was the dream, bro. That was the dream for men. Just shut up and look pretty.
Have fun with the boys, and the little lady's just off in the corner, not saying a word.
Sounds like the Roman Empire to me, but that's not my business.
Oh my!
If you know, you know. Then he's like, he gets a blood sample.
Oh yeah,
from the battle, and he's like, "Oh man, it is Jason."
One of the guys nicked him with his sword. I mean, I guess maybe it's a special sword, but I'm like, I mean, Jason hasn't dropped a single drop of blood this whole episode, this whole movie. Then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, there you go.
I love how the Red Hood isn't technically a hood; it's a mask.
I know. Well, even like the first,
you have to update it. You have to keep it fresh. But I really love the design. It's like very punk meets streetwear meets a little bit of gothic flair. Like I really love the design in this movie for Red Hood.
Oh yeah.
And I think they kind of tried to do that to give it like the Deadpool / Deathstroke kind of effect too.
Oh yeah, especially in this movie. I mean, just the black around the eyes and stuff. Yeah.
So I think they were like really just trying to pull in all different kinds of people. Like, and I think that's why this movie was like such a success. It was like just really intriguing. It wasn't like your standard story. Like, I think you have to kind of be a fanboy to really understand it. Like, I think a lot of people just kind of gloss over, like, oh, they're bringing another person back from the dead. Meanwhile, Barry's still not alive. You know? Like, those were the vibes at the time.
Yeah, I mean...
Everybody but Barry got revived, bro. It was getting ridiculous.
I mean, they did take their time bringing Jason back, though. I mean, he died in 88, and
Well, they didn't want to. And then a couple of the writers were like, hey, man. Honestly, I felt like they got bullied by the writers because they're like, that would be an interesting premise. Like, you know... Although, I feel like sometimes it takes away, like, Batman / Bruce is not a perfect person. I feel like this loss should have stuck with him. That's the only thing that I hate, but I love the character. As you know, I love the character of Red Hood. I do. I really do. I think it's the best use of Jason that could ever exist.
And again, too, I mean, it was after the year 2000, so, like, Denny O'Neil was gone, and a bunch of those, you know, guys were gone to keep, you know, so... The
gatekeepers, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
The new blood.
Which is why I feel like, definitely, we'll be getting that Elektra book. And hopefully they'll have the sense to give it to D.G. Chichester.
Exactly. Because only he
Hold
can...
not hope.
Only he can write ninjas, my friend.
Yeah, like, I feel like he would do a better... Like, I think he would have done a better story of even the Punisher with the hand. Like,
oh, yeah.
I'm just saying. Yeah. Like, that was...
If you're not D.G. Chichester, you can't write ninjas.
I'm gonna manifest that for myself as well. But yeah, I was just like, oh, that's crazy. And then like we kind of get that, oh, it was a fake corpse, and he goes to Ra's al Ghul. He's like, well, see, I did technically hire the Joker, and I just kind of wanted a peace offering because I know how petty you are.
Have you noticed? I haven't warred on you since Jason died. Yeah, sorry, bro. And oh my god, I mean, I guess Batman didn't look in the coffin, but I'm just like, really? You replaced the dead body with a dummy? And we're like, really?
Well, if you know old Jason, that's about right.
Oh, well then should.
Listen, pre-resurrection Jason is not my fave. You know this.
Well, then shouldn't you replace him with a block of wood?
More dynamic than that, but who wants to go work for Batman? Like, honestly.
Well, he was living on the street. He was homeless. What did you want him to do?
It's a better option.
Oh, he was still in.
Why does Batman wear black?
He doesn't want to get shot.
Why is the Robin's costume so colorful?
Because Batman doesn't want to get shot.
There you go. Living in a mansion and getting slapped by Alfred's just not worth it.
That makes it dark. You know, he pulls Jason off the streets. Like, yeah, no one will miss this kid.
I mean, when you really think about it, truly.
Yeah.
Whereas Tim, you know, honestly, I never really, like, Tim was basically groomed to be better than even Dick because he came from money, right? Like, he was literally supposed to be, and then they, like, just don't do, like, that's the thing that pisses me off about Tim. Like, he literally, like, he's, like, literally the detective, right? Out of all the Robins and all that, and then they just forgot about all that.
Yeah, well, we gotta focus on his sexuality now. No, well, the thing I don't like about Tim sometimes is like they kind of like to make the show how smart
they
he is.
Lost the plot with him.
They kind of they thumb Dick down sometimes, trying to make Tim look smart.
Yes, that is what really burned my goose when he first got introduced. And I'm just like, he just like shows up. Well, you need a Robin. I'm here, bro. Like, let's do this. It's like, go away. And then he grows on me when he gets his own book and he's got that sweet ass ride and all that like that. And then they just throw it all away, man. Mm-hmm. And now we got Damien. Anywho, sorry for the side tangent, but yeah. So Roz is explaining it, and it's just like, yeah, the Lazarus Pit can drive a person insane. But I was like, wait, how long did he wait? Because the way that I understand, well, and it changes from time to time, but like, it's like the longer you're dead, the more likely you're to go insane.
Well, originally, I think it was like it couldn't resurrect the dead, and then they changed that too. So
yeah.
Because, originally, that Lazarus Pit, even if it was just...
It was just rejuvenation, and he had to do it a lot.
Yeah, and even if you just rejuvenated, you came back a little...
It still took a piece of your soul.
You still came back a little crazy, so yeah, I mean, if it's bringing back the dead, yeah, you're fully batshit crazy, probably.
Yeah. Makes sense, but it's just kind of like, okay, we're retconning this, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, I love when the original comic story came out, and they were like, everyone's like, "Oh, it's probably a Lazarus Pit." And they were like, "No, it's not that. It's not that obvious." And meanwhile, it's like Superboy Prime. Ugh. Until
kind of what. Hyper time. I was like, listen. I love that story, but
I mean, one of the only good things New 52 did is that they were like, okay, yeah, it was Lazarus Pit. It's like, oh, thank you.
Yes.
The only good thing I do like about that Superboy Prime thing, though, is like Jason like wakes up alive in his own coffin.
Yeah.
And has to like dig his way out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough to drive anybody over the edge, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was a good scene between Ra's al Ghul and Batman, though.
Yeah. I love Batman comes and just like pins him to the floor. He's like, "You want to give me my communicator so we're not interrupted?"
So badass. I love it so much. This had a really great plot, a really great pacing. And like I said, even though it's not Conroy, it's still good.
Yeah. I love
and the music is so good. So shout out to Christopher Drake.
Oh yeah. I always said I want to see Mask of the Phantasm, bring it back to the theaters. They should do a double feature. This and Mask of the Phantasm, double feature in the theater.
Yeah, they can, because this is only 75 minutes long as well. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's literally like a Marvel movie.
Exactly.
Thanks for a Marvel movie.
It's still less than 3 hours. I mean, come on.
Yeah. You know what? They really should do that.
Yes.
But, Warner's is, or Discovery Warner Bros. Is in a kind of a pickle.
Again,
but they gotta dig into the catalog. I think it would be a really good idea to do it.
I mean, yeah, it'd be
the anniversary's coming up pretty quick here.
Be a source of
still have time.
Be a source of money. I mean, come on.
I think they're allergic to it with their dumb ideas they're doing. I think they're trying to ruin that studio for insurance purposes or something. I don't know.
Maybe. Speaking of dumb ideas, why did Black Mask think he could like free the Joker to kill Red Hood and have Joker not double cross him?
Yeah. He's like, no, we're gonna set you on fire, buddy.
You always know it's a bad idea when someone's like, "Oh, I can rein in the Joker." No, kid.
Bro, that's the one thing about the Joker. He lulls you into a false sense of security. You think he's literally just a con. I'm like, babes, he's a serial killer, and he's damn good at it.
He's sitting there with a bag.
He's maniacal. He's manipulative. Like, he's a villain, babes. 100%. An excellent villain when executed properly. When you really put into context who the Joker really is, it's a little scary.
I mean, okay, you have to watch the movie to get this joke, but yeah, man, he's all that in a bag of chips.
Nice.
Thank you.
But I just love how Red Hood's like, yeah, you've been the target all along, dummy.
He's like, I wanted him to break you out of Arkham so I could kill you.
And he's like, tit for tat. You're about to get brutally beat down. I'm like, fair is fair, man. Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Let's blow him up too already, but we'll never kill the Joker. Like, that's the crazy thing. They just will not let anybody kill the Joker.
No. It's our cat.
I'm like, if anybody deserves that win, it's Jason, man.
Oh, yeah.
But he's in an entanglement with Bruce, so, it's basically his stepdad at this point.
Well,
so.
see, that's the other thing. I mean, after New 52, they kind of like tamed Jason a little bit.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, again,
but like him when he had his own Dark Trinity going, like, listen, Red Hood and the Outlaws, I'm so sad that they did what they did to that book.
With Artemis and Bizarro.
Yeah, yes. that was so good.
Uh-huh.
But now we're getting a lighter Trinity with the kids, and I like that take. But I do miss our Dark Trinity. I do.
Yes. All right.
So yeah, Jason. During the fight, he removes his helmet. And he's like, "Yeah, bitch, it's Jason."
I was waiting for Bruce to say, "I know."
It's like, I know you know. I know that you know that I know that you know that I know that you know.
Because I think in the comics it was more of a shock, but at this point in the movie, he
couldn't wrap his brain around it. He didn't really. He wanted it to be true, but he didn't want it to be true because it's like it's his greatest failure. But at the same time, his resurrection, he's a murderer.
Exactly.
He's going against everything he ever taught Jason. So he's just like super conflicted about it. I didn't like. That's the one thing I really didn't feel that conflictedness.
Mm-hmm.
So. But it's 75 minutes. We only have so much time,
Yeah, that's the thing. I think
it's just I love that Red Hood uses a gun. And he does not give two jots about it, bro.
Oh yeah, and at the end of the movie,
the ultimate rebellion. If you're a former Bat-Kid, right, using a gun.
Oh yeah,
that is just some psychological genius.
Mm-hmm. Well, he says, I'm afraid of, what about the ones who aren't afraid of you? What do you do then?
Exactly. But like Batman is like, I'm just gonna take these hostages. I'm just gonna get out of here.
I know.
I like that scene.
When Joker tries to set Black Mask and his people on fire, and Batman just comes along in the plane and just like douses them all with the flame foam and stuff.
Yeah, so they fight in that little dilapidated building or whatever.
Oh yeah, Crime
and
Alley.
He's holding it. Yeah, Jason's holding Batman at gunpoint. He's like, I can forgive you, but this motherfucker's still alive.
Well, yeah.
Are you shitting me?
Well, yeah, because Batman's like, sorry, I let you die, and he's like, no, Bruce, I forgive you for not saving me. He's like, but why do you let him live? Why did you let him live after that?
Yeah, I mean, everybody kind of was like, yeah, he's gonna kill the Joker. This is gonna be the thing, right? But
well, yeah,
only in Killing Joke does that happen.
Yeah, but then he throws Batman the gun and says, either kill me or I'm gonna kill the Joker.
Yeah, that was crazy. I did not see that coming. I was like, babes, kids are watching that.
I just love the Joker. You found a way to win.
He's like, he will not stop even if he kill. He's like, yeah, once I get, it's like a Lay's potato chips. Yes. You just can't have one. Yeah, and I can see that. I understand.
But even Jason's like, he's like, I'm not talking about Dent or the Penguin or any of them. He's like, just this.
Just him.
Just this piece of shit,
But the Batarang and the ultimate symbol, right? The Batarang jams Jason's pistol.
Yep.
And then he pulls the trigger and the gun is destroyed and he gets his hand mangled. I'm like, oh. But Jason ain't got time for all that. He sets off a bomb.
Yep.
I was like, backup plan. I mean, what's fair is fair. He technically died in an explosion, right? I like the symmetry. I see where we're going.
So, I mean, we know in the comics he returns after that. But yeah, the movie, I mean, it's kind of like...
he's just out there to be a nemesis, bro.
It's like, is he dead? Is he out there? Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, the bomb explodes. Unfortunately, Batman and Joker survive. Joker gets sent back to Arkham, the revolving door that is Arkham. Black Mask gets arrested. And, Alfred's like, we can get rid of Jason's costume.
Yeah, and the trophy case.
No.
It's like, no, this doesn't change a thing.
And then the flashback.
Oh,
it's Jason's first day as Robin.
I know.
He said this is the best day of my life. Oh my God. Like, why would you do that to me?
The line they end on. This is the best day of my life. Cut to the credits.
Like, that was like such a great way to end it. Like, I really, really thought that was just like, they get it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, just such a good movie. Like, it's underrated too. Like, most people, like, I swear, like, most people I know, like, don't do the animated stuff, and I'm like, it's the best Batman stuff that's out there. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Especially from the original movie stuff, like when Bruce Timm was still like involved before they got like all weird into the other stuff. This, like, honestly, pound for pound, New Frontier, all of that, super great.
Oh yeah.
I just love that they just can't do a single movie without like throwing Phil Lamar into it, right? Because he's uncredited as Bulk, but he's also there as Rick. We got Kelly Hughes, shout out to the Arrow universe, as Miss Lee in here too as well. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh, Jason Isaacs is Ra's al Ghul. Just makes me laugh every time because he's Voldemort. Well, not Voldemort. He is Daddy Draco, which he's just like, they're the same person. They're the same character. Rich, arrogant, thinks he's better than everything. They're the same person. And then he also plays Captain Hook, who, same person. He's typecast. He's typecast. That's all I'm gonna say.
And I love how they brought back some of the main cast for Batman: Death in the Family. I think that's what annoyed me in 2020, because I was like, wait a minute, didn't we already do this? I'm like, we're doing it again? Well, again, it was like set up for the Red Hood stuff, but I'm like, didn't we kind of do this already?
Yeah, and then of course, in true fashion, Bruce Timm had to shove himself in there. He's the Riddler. He's the voice of the Riddler in there. Although Gary Cole, uncredited. Commissioner James Gordon, underrated use of Gary Cole. That's all I'll say.
He had like one line.
Exactly. I'm just like, whatever. So yeah, like I said, I really enjoy this voice cast. Just unexpected treasures for sure.
Dwight Schultz. Oh,
yeah. Also, they had Andrea Romano, who, if you know, Freakazoid, Tiny Toon Adventures. Like, she's like a legend in her own right up there with Arlene Sorkin and Tara Strong, like chef's kiss. If you were a WB kid back in the day, you know Andrea Romano. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I want to highly recommend you get the soundtrack to the animated original movie. Like I said, Christopher Drake, just so good. It's only like an hour long, but it's so thematic. The Batmobile to Arkham is like my favorite. I think it's only like a minute long, but like so intense. I love it. And then also Rooftop Chase is really good. So yeah, I like this. It's a lot of like electronic guitar, very synthesized. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you're a fan of the Bruce Timm universe, and you get it. I think he also said he was kind of inspired by like the Mask of the Phantasm soundtrack, but he wanted to like synthesize that traditional orchestral score. So he used like a lot of computer generated stuff. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was the highest rated direct-to-video Batman film until the release of The Dark Knight Returns.
Ew, because that's not a good movie. The animated one?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, none of that Frank Miller animated stuff is good. It's not. Like, the animation style? Blech.
Yeah, no, not the animation. Yeah. I was going to say, should we do that just so we, we'll be hitting the...
Your mother's a whore! Oh, Frank Miller Mayhem?
Oh,
yes,
if we do it. Oh, if we do a Frank Miller month, do some of that animated. Oh, we do year one. We could do year one and The Dark Knight Returns. Oh,
yeah.
The movies.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
How are
you know it has to be live commentary, though.
I was going to say, Are those both 2 parts? I know Dark Knight
They
Returns.
are 2 parts, right?
Both of them, I think, are they?
Yeah, because they were milking it. They were dragging it, bro. That's what pissed me off.
God, that will almost be a whole month right there.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. All right. So, any other thoughts on this, Lilith?
No, not at all. Like I said, I've said my thoughts. I think it's a really good movie. It's an A-. It's not perfect, but it's really good.
Oh yeah. They
did so well with what they had. I just want to know, like, if I ever get the chance to interview them, I want to know why they didn't use Conroy and Hamill. I never really saw an explanation for that.
Yeah, it's like, oh god, I swear I saw something where they are trying to like move on from them because it wasn't like the animated series, the DCAU and stuff.
Yeah, but technically it was.
Yeah. Although it's still good. I mean, it's probably like one of the best direct adaptations of a comic book story. Yeah.
This is how you do an adaptation. Like, you can throw us for just a little loop, but like, you have to stay true to the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And again,
like, it's there for you for a reason. Use it.
And take this as an example. I mean, Suits. I mean, if you want to do an adaptation, why don't you reach out to comic book people and have them like write this stuff?
Marvel needs to learn that lesson. Like, I just feel like the MCU is just way too different. It's why I can't really get into it. I'm just like, why is Bucky so old? It's just certain things that just like tweak my little brain. That I'm just because he didn't have to be that.
Because he was a contemporary of Steve Rogers instead of a kid. The kid sidekick to Steve Rogers. Yeah,
we don't have kid sidekicks in MCU, so it's just like, I mean, the closest thing they have is Spider-Man, which is the whole point of Spider-Man. But like, they didn't have that for the longest time either.
Exactly,
and they had nothing to fill that void. So yeah, definitely, like, they don't want to give them the Disney specifically. They don't want to give them the shekels. Like, they're lucky to. We all know they're lucky to get a damn movie ticket to the premiere. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh my god! I told you I was rewatching the Flash movie, and I was the credits were rolling. I just wanted to check, where they do the thanks to all the creators and stuff. There's a bunch of creators on there. I don't think I saw Mark Waid's name on there. I was like, really, the creator of the Speed Force, really.
Exactly.
Really? They don't know.
That's Warner Bros. For you, bro.
They don't know.
No, they really don't. Because
again,
like, they tried to be like the TV show so hard, bro. It was disgusting.
Again, you're going to tell me Mark Waid had no influence on the Flash. I mean, again, he created the Speed Force, which every Flash, live action, animated, the comics, they all use the Speed Force. They always use the Speed Force.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. DC is in trouble, so I hope Gunn is. I hope they're not fighting with Gunn too much, not giving too much hassle. Because it can't be worse. It can't be worse than what the DC EU turned out to be. Which, by the way, dumbest name for a cinematic universe. It's like, just call it DCU like we want it. Like all the fans were calling it.
Exactly.
It's not that hard.
And remember, don't pull it out unless you're going to use it. That's true for gun and penises.
No, like every time I say James Gunn's name, I just think of Angel in the character.
Charles Gunn, yeah.
It's like, no, I have to protect you from you.
Oh my.
Anyway, that's a little bit of a niche topic at this point. That's crazy though, because like everybody talks about Buffy, but I don't see the think pieces on Angel. It's such a shame.
It's just because it's a spinoff, or.
But it was. Listen,
I know.
Feminists don't hate me. It was better.
Yeah.
It's one of those sequels. It's one of those spinoffs that are like better than that. Well, I wouldn't say it was better. It was as good as the parent show.
Yes,
because Buffy has certain things that are better than Angel. Angel has a couple of things that are better. Like I love the evolution of Cordelia. I love how they basically planned Doyle's death. They baked it right into the plot. There's a lot of things, a lot of foreshadowing. Like they did foreshadowing so much better on that show.
And then by season 3, it's like it
was a mess.
It goes its separate direction because because they're not on the same network anymore. But
yeah. Even when they were, it was just like, cameo this, cameo that. It's like, Willow, what are you doing here? Go away. Oz, what are you doing? Y'all reaching anything but Sarah Michelle Gellar, boy. Harmony, how did you get a role on here? Spike's like, well, since that show's over, I guess I'll just go walk across the street. Oh man, we should do just a little bit of Angel one summer.
Yeah.
Have a Hell Math summer or something.
Hey, man! I tell you what. I mean, if you want to take a little break in the summer for Salty and Petty or something, we can resurrect Angel Chronicles. Come on.
I don't know that I want to resurrect Angel Chronicles.
Or we could just do it for Salty and Petty. I mean, a couple weeks.
Summer of Angel.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Isn't the Olympics like this year?
Maybe.
Year?
Oh wait,
2024.
Yeah,
2024. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
We'll do a riff on that or something maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. We can do just like our favorite episodes of Angel. We don't have to like go in order or anything.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No. Let's get out of here.
All right. So let me pull up the schedule. Give you the homework, kids. Although I do know next episode, Justin, who you heard last time, will be back
doing the Lord's work
for the end of Night Quest as we get ready for Night's End for the end of the year.
Night this, night that.
Hey,
anything but the Dark Knight.
Oh, it gets pretty dark. All right, kids. So yes, next time we'll wrap up Night Quest with Detective Comics 674 and 675, Batman 508, Shadow of the Bat 28, and Robin number 7.
Oh, they went and drug poor Robin into this.
Well, yeah.
Why didn't you, babes? Have you seen that crazy blonde jackass?
Hey, you 14-year-old boy, why didn't you stop this trained assassin?
Well, I mean, to be fair, as a Robin, you should be able to do that. No matter the age. Damian could have done it. That's all I'm saying.
Babe, it's Tim.
I know. I'm just saying Damian could have done it.
I know.
Because he don't care. He would have just strangled him.
Yes.
With his own blonde hair.
Hey-oh. All right, so yes, next time, as I said, Lilith requested some 70s stuff. I believe there's some Rupert Thorne, so yes! In November.
Talk about a thornier side.
Hey-oh, it's going to be a thorny time. All right, so yes, first week in November, Detective Comics 469 and 470. You're welcome, Lil. Followed by Detective Comics 471 and 472. And then Batman 311 and Batman 354. And then, of course, at the end of November, you get Night's End Part 1 from Batman 509, Shadow.
Part 1 of 1,000.
No, only 2-parter for Night's End. No.
Oh, it just felt like an eternity? Okay.
Oh! All right, kids. So send us your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, and the Patreon. Or once again, you never know what you're going to get, especially because you won't know what kind of mood Lilith Hellfire will be in. So.
Unpredictable.
Inconceivable. So, yes, you could get movie reviews, you could get drunken comic book reviews, you could get October, we're ranking Scream Queen, so, again.
You can get thirst trap content.
Hey-oh! Boobies, oh boy. Alright, so find everything at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. Alright. Internet Granny is not afraid to gun a man down. Where can people get hold of you? Satire and parody.
Hey, man. You gotta keep it. Listen, you gotta keep it blicky for when shit gets sticky. I understand.
Wow.
Relatable content for me. If you guys want to hang out with me on the interwebs, you can find me on Facebook. Friend me, Lilith Hellfire. You can also hang out with me on Threads or Instagram at your favorite internet granny. That's fave internet granny GRANNIE.
It's all rape and murder, I'll tell you that.
I mean, it's Gotham, of course.
Exactly.
Don't pull it out unless you're going to use it. That's true for guns and penises.
Hope you guys are also enjoying the long Halloween.
Yes. Straight from the vault. I was gonna say
the pre Capes and Lunatics.
I was gonna say the Capes and Lunatics vault, but yes, that was before Capes and Lunatics. Yes.
Nobody tell Rob.
Oh no, he don't care. No, he says that.
No, I know it's a joke.
I know.
Remember, that's what we always used to have to say.
Hi, we're not on your leash anymore, old man.
Make it
Before there was
rain.
nobody tell Brian, it's nobody tell Rob.
Oh yeah, did you see that? It wasn't Brian, but CBR did a thing on Frank Miller. I'm like, how dare you?
I saw it.
How dare you, sir? Oh yeah, I sent it to you. How dare you, sir?
Frank Miller is our shtick now. We own that.
Your mother's a
I said
whore.
shtick.
CBR, I will sue if I see an article that ends with
Your mother's a whore.
Yeah, we should. We definitely have a case there.
can you offer any proof that you created this? Hours of recordings.
Your mother's a whore.
I have this evidence,
Your mother's a whore.
and I have this evidence.
Your mother's a whore.
Nice try, Russell.
Well,
Let's give you Andrew Dice play.
Hickory dickory dock, your mother's a whore. Hey!
Hickory dickory dock, and hit your mother in the face with this.
Wow! Wow!
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Oh my! All right, so yeah, nice try, Russell, but nice try, but
Suck it, Russell.
all right. You need your plugs, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what got us started
Get
on
outta
this.
here.
Okay.
Very hard, very tempting.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Ray. All right, come back next time. Again, Justin will be back for the end of Night Quest.
Blonde Bat.
Crazy ass blonde bat. And then Lilith will be back as we jump into the 70s.
Like I told you, 70s were seemed like a good time, man. Go over to Spider Faster. That's jokes.
Yes. Oh my god, you know what we should do next year?
What?
Do all the stuff from 1970, but we'll call it Welcome to 69 plus 1. Summer of 69 plus 1. Just see everyone shaking their head, be like, oh, Lilith was really committed to this, huh?
Committed to the bit. That's what makes it so great.
Alright, kids, come back next time. And until then, join us same bat time.
Same Bat channel.
We are the
We
night.
are the night. Batman podcast. And don't you forget it, Ray Ray.
What's deadlier than a gun? Marvel Snap. Good night. Ray's not going to hear this.